Hey, what up, YouTube, and all my fellow Nick Cave dwellers? Welcome back to the Nick's Cave. I'm Jan and Nick Fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want y'all to hit that like button. I want y'all to hit that subscription button. And if you want to leave a comment, you know I want you to leave a comment. But most importantly, if you want to know when the next video is going to drop, hit the notification bell. Then, well, let's get right into it. But before I get to the topic, I know y'all seen the thumbnail. I want to talk about one small thing that I'm kind of disappointed in. ESPN and Bleacher Report dropped their recently updated mock drafts, and again, they snubs my boy Kai Sotto. I don't know why, but with that being said, I want y'all to all give a shout out and give a big love to Sports Illustration for still adding Kai Sotto to their mock draft, ranking him number 49th. All right, with that out the way, let's get to the four teams that I think can go out and get, actually, that I think can use Kai Sotto and what Kai Sotto would best serve his talents would be best served at. The first is the New York Knicks, and the reason I say the New York Knicks is because, all right, let's face it, the New York Knicks, we're in danger of losing Mitchell Robinson right now. Excuse me for a second. We're in danger of losing Mitchell Robinson right now, and in free agency. I don't think Mitchell Robinson is going to come back to the New York Knicks. To be honest with you, people saying we can offer him this amount of money. I don't even think it's about the money right now with Mitchell Robinson. I think it all falls down to the way they utilize him. I think he's very disappointing in the Knicks coaching staff. I'm not going to say management, but I think in the coaching staff, I think he's disappointed the way, Tom Thibodeau used him last year. But he had to remember he stayed hurt. You know what I'm saying? When he came back, he did produce. There was games when Mitchell Robinson did look very dominant. I'm not going to lie to you. Keith Turner, I'm not saying that Mitchell Robinson is a bum. I'm just saying at this point, I said Keith Turner because he's a guy who hit me up in the comment section. I'm sorry, Keith. I meant to put your comment up here, but I didn't. I forgot to. The reason I bring him up because he, so we went back and forth. And Ashley, I'm one of my favorite subscribers. I just want to thank you for coming to my defense. He was, talking about Kai Sotto is not better than Mitchell Robinson. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't really point that out right now because I haven't seen them go up against one another. But what I do know is that Mitchell Robinson been on the New York Knicks for almost 4 years now, and we really haven't gotten anything out of him. I understand, you get attached to players, saying, and you fall in love with players. Let's be honest with you, you like the way they play, you want them on your team. But other than the coaching staff, and we had coaches before that, which did try to get Mitchell Robinson involved in the game, he just couldn't stay healthy. When he was healthy, he couldn't stay on the court. We had to go through one whole season with him. Yeah, we did get spectacular blocks, but every time we turned around, the man was damn near fouling out. We had to take him out the game in crucial situations because he was in foul trouble. He improved on that a little, and let's be honest, a little. He don't get as much foul calls, and that's only because he's been in the league for a while, and the referees are giving him a little bit leeway because there are, plays he had foul and haven't gotten away with it. Not a lot, but there are plays where he make boneheaded decisions where he's out of position. That's another thing that I think Mitchell Robinson need to work on. And he might work better on his game might be better fit for another team. Honestly, that's another reason why I don't think Mitchell Robinson going to come back. He might be thinking that as well, that if he take his skills to another team, they would utilize him to the best that they can and that he would get the light that he wants. So, yeah, like I said, I don't see Mitchell Robinson coming back. But with that being said, I think Kai Sotto, this is why that's one of the reasons why the New York Knicks going to go out and get Kai Sotto. And if you think about it, before the New York Knicks worked out any other big man in this draft, and even though Kai Sotto was not invited to the combine, the Knicks reached out to Kai Sotto camp, his agent Joe, I think it's Billy Joel. Way before the combine, they wanted that workout. They made sure they was the first team to get Kai Sotto into a gym and get a good look at him, which is going to come to my next team. Is going to have me wondering. But right now, I want y'all to go over to the redbubble.com and purchase yourself a Kai Sotto legendary t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? You'll be helping me out because I'm trying to get something. I actually would like to have a better camera. Not to mention, I put a lot of hours in doing these videos. I know it don't seem like some short, but I put in work. So you know what I'm saying. and I want to bring a better show to you. So I would like to buy a little better equipment. So if y'all can go over there and support me on that Red Bubble, not only Red Bubble, but on this channel, I will be doing live soon and having super chats. So I would like to see y'all there. But let's get back to Kai Sotto and and the New York Knicks. Well, like I said, there's another team which I find very funny. Like everybody's saying that the New York Knicks is the first team to get to see Kai Sotto work out. And in my mind, I beg to differ. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because as I said, there is another team that got to see Kai Sotto work out before the New York Knicks, and that team would be the Atlanta Hawks. And some people say, "How are you going to say that? They haven't even worked out for Atlanta Hawks." Matter of fact, they scheduled to work out for them this week if they haven't already. But the reason I say that because when Kai Sotto started training for the this coming training for his workout, he trained in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come to New York. He didn't go to Sacramento. He didn't go to LA. He trained in a Sacramento facility. Excuse me, in an Atlanta Hawks, not Atlanta Hawks, but Atlanta gym somewhere down. I don't know exactly where in Atlanta, but he was in Atlanta. And you and I would be foolish not to think that the Atlanta Hawks didn't have a representative in there some way, somehow. Even if Kai Sotto team didn't know about it, I guarantee you, somebody in the organization has somebody in place where they got to watch Kai Sotto work out way before the New York Knicks or any other team. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's written in stone, but that's just how I feel because there's no way in hell, excuse me, there's no way in hell that a professional basketball team is going to let a prospect come into their city and get workouts and they not get a glimpse at them before any other team. That's just my feeling. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, uh, whoever owned the Hawks, I know who owned the Hawks, but I just don't want to mention names for copyrights and all that. But anyway, they need to be fired. Management ain't doing a good job if they let that happen. So, like I said, the New York Knicks is one of the teams. Number two is Atlanta Hawks. Kai Sotto would fit right in with Trae Young. The way they play their game, they just read up on John Collins. Clint Capella is another type. Mitchell Robinson play. They're good players. He seems to get hurt a little too often. Kai Sotto will be a backup plan, and then who knows, one day Kai Sotto will be a replacement. Clint Capella has been in the league for a minute right now, and he's at his peak. You know what I'm saying? We see what we're gonna get from Clint Capella. Kai Sotto is coming in. He's a young player. He's 20 years old. He got a very good upside. He can hit the mid range. He can hit the 3-pointer. He can play defense. He's a rim protector. He can divert shots. I mean, the kid does it all. I had another person in the comment. I actually forget his name. He talked about how Kai Sotto is slow. And once again, I have to thank one of my favorite subscribers. That's Ashley NYC. She came to my defense before I even get to him. Kai Sotto is slow, but you had Will Chamberlain. You had players like Larry Bird. I can go on. These guys wasn't Jack Rabbits, but they produce. And so do Kai Sotto. He produced. When you get him in the paint, it's very hard to stop his game, which will help the Atlanta Hawks out tremendously because now that they re-signed John Collins, that will help John Collins. If John Collins and Kai Sotto will be on the floor at the same time with Trae Young, Kai Sotto will open up the floor for Trae Young as well as John Collins. So that would be another perfect fit for Kai Sotto. That's in my opinion. All right. Going to my number third team, that would be the Golden State Warriors. And my reason here, and much as I'm a Knicks fan and I would love to see Kai Sotto on the New York Knicks, this would be the perfect fit, not only for Kai Sotto, but in my opinion, and I hate to say this, but any young player coming out of college. And not just because they'll be playing under Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Playing on the Draymond Green, you might learn a little dirty tricks, but because I got to admit it, Golden State know how to develop their young players. And if you take a look over there at Jordan Poole, Kayvon Looney, and my man Gary Payton II, and see how they're transforming to not only role players, but someday some starters. You know what I'm saying? When Curry and Klay Thompson are ready to take a rest, Golden State already got their second core coming in. They're not going to miss a beat. So imagine Kai Sotto fitting right into that group and what they would be in the years to come. That's all I'm saying. Like, not to mention Kai Sotto's skills set fits the Golden State Warriors game plan to a T, to a T, to a T. Because sometimes they like to use Green in as a center, and he's undersized, and he without his dirty tricks, and the refs let him. The refs are calling it, but we know how Draymond Green plays, so I'm not gonna knock the man. It got him into the NBA. He making millions of dollars. So the style that he play got it's best for him. But sometimes when teams are good, Draymond Green is not a match for real dominant centers. And this is where Kai Sotto would come in. It would give Draymond Green the opportunity to play his true role, which is the power forward. It's like, excuse me for that interruption. Had a little, as they would say in TV land, technical difficulties. But we right back. Well, with the number fourth team that can pick Kai Sotto, that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're sitting on a plethora of picks right now. Um, the thing I like about the Thunder is that they got a nice young core over there. Well, I know y'all see me with my hat on now. My hat on now is off. But like I said, we had some technical difficulties I had to work out, and I forgot to put my hat back on. Well, anyway, let's get back into this. Like I said, Oklahoma City is number fourth team that I think they can come out and draft Kai Sotto. Um, they have enough picks to last them for the next 6 years, 38 picks. They got them picks from trading away Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Chris Paul, and they could turn that right now. And not to mention, they have 4 picks in this draft right now. So Kai Sotto is right there and anywhere other than his number 2 pick, because we all know where Thunder's going to go with that number 2 pick. But they need a big man. I mean, as much as I like the Thunder, they do have an exciting young explosive core with Gildress Alexander, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey. But like I said, they're missing a dominant center to be in the middle and not only protect the rim. Kai Sotto will add much needed offense. I don't know if Thunder get the Kai Sotto, we could be talking about them in the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I see out of all these 4 teams, I actually see Thunder going out and getting them because they do have the picks. They have the they have the roster that would he can come in, be a bunch of young guys, nobody trying to step on nobody's toes. Like if he comes to the New York Knicks, he gonna have to deal with goddamn Julius Randle and somewhat RJ Barrett. If anybody comes to the New York Knicks, they gotta realize that them 2 guys gonna be put first. And rightfully so, Kyle coming to the NBA, he's still a rookie. You gotta make his round. But I want him on the New York Knicks. Um, Somebody asked me why do I think he's worth the 11th pick? I just do. That's all I can say. I like the guy's game. I think he'll be a perfect fit with the New York Knicks. So I like the guy. You know what I'm saying? I like the guy. Um, let's just hope that the New York Knicks do the right thing. Like I said, Sports Illustrated is the only team to put him in their mock draft, um, which is kind of good if you think about it for the teams that I mentioned, because a lot of other teams won't gonna get, not gonna be thinking about. But he is working out for 12 teams, so who knows? But like I said, Kai Sotto wasn't on any of nobody's mock draft before everything started. The end of the season, getting to the draft talk, he had moved up to the 49th pick mock draft in the Sports Illustrated. And to me, the man's becoming a legend. Like I say, he's becoming a legend. So don't forget to go over to Redbubble and get yourself a Kai Sotto legendary shirt, t-shirt, or a hoodie. And do what you got to do. Support my man Kai, because I'm supporting him. I know y'all supporting him. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of New Yorkers don't really know who Kai Sotto is. And some of them are probably getting a little bad information on other channels. But like I said in my last video, go watch his game. You'll see that this kid can really play. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.